welcome back to the Beysidejewel. How you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. I'm sending peace, power, and love to all my brothers and sisters. That's for sure. So today I'm coming on here, man, because this is getting very serious. I don't know if everybody have heard. Certainly, I know some of you have heard. There's a war stirring up over here in West Africa. Yeah, so I want to talk about that and kind of show you some narratives and some directions that you know uh, maybe we could take and show you how the colonizers have continued to destabilize Africa. Okay? Now, you check this out. Now, many times I've emphasized on my videos about the Berlin Conference and the continuation of colonization, right? Okay, so in 1884 is when the Berlin Conference came over here to Africa and chopped up everything to these small little tiny countries, right? And then in let's see, in 1961, they had a meeting, and what they did was they summons like 25 African countries together. The West did, and they they made them have a vote on the continuation of colonization. Isn't that crazy? So, from my understanding, and from my most understanding of this situation, is from a woman, a queen that I always tell you about. That's Dr. Era Kana Chihumbri. She's the best to tell you about this, trust me. So in 1961, seven countries decided, to end this shit. And the rest of the countries decided to, go easy. They really felt disconcerted as far as I'm concerned, because they end up signing a deal that allowed the colonizers to continue to colonize West Africa. And that was in 1961. So here's the deal. So what happened was France had already colonized 14 countries, right? And these are the countries that they're calling Francophone countries. And the reason why they're calling them Francophone countries is because they were colonized by France. And France turned around and called them Francophone countries, right? The other thing is, within these 14 countries, France made them sign an agreement in the name of their independence. In the name of the African independence, they would have to sign this agreement. And what France's agreement was, all their people be speaking French, right? And the children must learn to speak French in schools, okay? This is why you have African people speaking French, It always tripped me out to see African people speaking French, or why I was even speaking English for that matter. But within these 14 countries, they all must pay a sum of $500 billion annually. $500 billion, not million, billion annually. And they must sign over all their minerals and resources to France, right? And that was then, and also the minerals that had not yet to be discovered belonged to France. Now, 85% of their banking was going to go to France. You know, their bank reserves, every country has some kind of bank reserve. If they have, you know, anything left over, they throw it in the bank. But France was taking control of their bank reserves, 85% of their bank reserves. And check it out. France could also take that money and they could also invest that money, right? And that's certainly what they were doing. They were taking that 85% of their banking and they were making trillions of dollars off of it by investing it, you know? And if Africa wanted to get a loan, they were going to be charged interest on their own damn money to get a loan. Plus, they could only get up to 20%. Okay, you guys, stay with me. Now, if they wanted a military, they had to get France's approval. And the military has to be trained by France. This is all in the contract that they signed, y'all. Yeah, the continuation of colonization. Now, the thing about it is this war that's going on in Niger is a war that's, in my opinion, at some point is going to have to take place to get out of these contracts. You remember hearing me telling you they got to get out of these contracts. This is why Africa is poor. You know, they're not really poor, but somebody is taking control of their minerals and resources. This is thanks to France, the U.S., Great Britain. This is what they're doing. So it's like Africa is the generator of those nations. A lot of them probably wouldn't even survive. So for definitely France would not survive without manipulating Africa, because all of their wealth is coming from Africa. So what's going on with this war, and this is why I say our youth is our greatest asset. You know, this is why I say this, because in Burkina Faso, it's the youth that took over and says, no more, we're not falling anymore for this shit from you, France, you know, so. And then in Mali, they did the same thing. They did the same thing, y'all. So Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger is standing up. There's like enough of this bullshit, man. I mean, you know, how long are you going to continue to allow these people to manipulate you? If you want your offsprings to not suffer in this world, there's going to have to be some changes. So this is what they're doing. They're standing up. This is like, this is bullshit. We ain't going with this shit, right? So I think it's a good thing, and it's something that was inevitable. It had to happen. It had to happen, and it's got to happen. But here's the crazy part, y'all. Here's the crazy part. So now they got ECOWAS. ECOWAS is funded by the United States and France. ECOWAS is 15 countries over here in West Africa, including Gambia and Senegal, Ghana. So they got an alliance, right? They have an alliance. But check this out. Now, so Niger has overthrown the previous president because they realized he was a damn puppet, you know? And they also say the guy, they didn't want him anyway because they say the guy's ethnicity is Arab, not African, right? So so this guy that they had over in Niger was a puppet for the West. Clearly now, you should be able to see what they're doing over here to destabilize Africa. This is what they're doing all over the place. So a lot of these countries, the president was placed there. Now, this president in Nigeria, who is so against this coup that happened in Niger, he wants to go over there and give me back my master's stuff. You honor this contract. You signed it with my master. Boy, if there's a coon, if there's a coon, you could just about put his face for it. Because how you gonna go fight your brothers and your sisters for rebelling against this France contract, right? But apparently, you know, he's got some stakes in it also. You know, he wants to make sure his masters keep his shit, you know, because France, you know, really wants this uranium up out of Niger, and this they had been getting it for many years, and you know, these youth, they come along and they be like, okay, time is up, you know, we got to do something, changes, you know, make some changes. So they're stepping up, man, and I'm proud of them for actually doing that because it takes a lot of courage. But the militaries ain't playing, man. They're tired of it. So this had to happen. It had to happen. But this coon, man, is now threatening them to return the puppet president back, you know? The coon I'm talking about is the president of Nigeria, not the Nigerian people. The people actually agree with the coup d'etat. They love it, you know? They think it's the right thing to do, but this president who United States and France is pushing to go to war and even supplying them with army tanks and different things to go to war. He is sending his people to fight his own damn people for France in the U.S. This is crazy. Now, this, like I said, is a prime example of what's been going on, especially with this continuation of colonization contract that France made them sign in order to get this fake-ass independence. So yeah, a lot of these countries over here have fake-ass independence because they have these stipulations from their prior colonizer, right? So that's what's going on over here. And this war could actually be bigger than the war in Ukraine because Russia is actually supporting Africa, and they have what they call a Wagner military over in Niger to support them. So when these Nigerians bring their asses over there, they may get a rude awakening because Mali is standing by their side, so is Burkina Faso and this Wagner group. So, you know, Nigeria previously hadn't even been able to maintain their own damn country very well. People are suffering, and, you know, there's no changes for the better. So, you know, I think that president of Nigeria needs to clean up his own damn country and look out for his damn people. But this just show you his character, right? And as a matter of fact, he's actually under scrutiny because they don't even know if he won the election fair himself. He may have gotten some assistance from France or the U.S., in my opinion. So he's going to fight because he don't like the people, the military that did a coup on the previous president over in Niger, but he may have done a coup himself right in Nigeria. So, this stuff is crazy, you guys. But the more you learn, especially when you go back and you learn how did Africa get in this situation in the first place, it actually started with the Berlin Conference. Yeah, when they chopped up all these little damn countries over in Africa, turned around and renamed them, put the borders up, because Africa didn't have any borders, or Al-Kabalan didn't have any borders. So, yeah, so this is a interesting one. And I've just been sitting back, watching, waiting to see how the income of this is going to go. But it probably won't go very nice. But I think it's the beginning of a victory. Like R. Kelly said, that's the sound of a victory to me. Because a lot of these countries would not survive without Africa. I'm telling you, Africa has been feeding basically the damn world. Now, Ukrainian, there is Ukrainian in Canada, There's Ukrainian in Canada, but why make a deal with Canadians when you can just take it from the Africans? That's what the French have been doing. Just taking it. They made them sign them damn contracts, and they think they can just come over and take all the minerals and resources that they want. Well, that day has come where it's an end. That shit is played out just like an 8-track tape. Played out. Our brothers and sisters are fed up with this shit, especially those who knows what's going on. Everybody else just blames it on the leader. Well, they're right about that. But a lot of this stuff has to do with them signing those contracts for their independence in 1961. Yeah, so it's crazy. It's a crazy situation, but the day is here, man. Time has come. They got to get out of those damn contracts. That's just all there is to it. And yeah, so I know I haven't been on here in a while, but this is very interesting. And it's a topic that I'm very passionate about. So I thought I'd come on here to bring you an update. If you're not on to what's going on, to bring you an update, man. Yeah, so this war that's about to go down in Niger with Nigerians. Now, keep in mind, this is crazy, man, because Nigeria has even been helping Niger with their electricity. And so since this happened, right away, man, the old coon decided he's just going to snap the power line to Niger because what they're doing to France. This is crazy. Niger is north of Nigeria. Nigeria's here, Niger's here. So they're brothers and sisters. They're basically the same damn people, man. A lot of them got relatives in each other's countries. This is crazy as hell. But that just shows you what puppet masters do. And this whole thing with ECOWAS, I think that ECOWAS was designed to assist the West. Personally, that's the way it looks like to me. Now, ECOWAS also includes Senegal and Gambia, 15 countries that have come together, call themselves ECOWAS, to support each other, I guess. Now, they're both being, ECOWAS is being financed by the U.S. and France. So, and the crazy thing is, well, I don't know if they still have French soldiers there in Niger, but they had them there. But I've also heard that they kicked them out weeks ago, kicked the French soldiers out. And they should, because anytime you got another country's soldiers in your country, they're there for a particular reason. And what they were there for was protecting their interests, their assets, what this groovy deal they got going on with Niger. So they have their French soldiers there. They also have French soldiers in Senegal. They had French soldiers in Burkina Faso. But that young brother came about. He did his thing. They did the coup there, got that old puppet master up out of there. And this could be the beginning. This could be the beginning. The way I see it, there should be about 10 more countries that in West Africa that needs to do the same things. Because, like I said, there was 14 Francophone countries. So, and Francophone, it's not really a country, man. It's just because France had colonialized them, they decided to give their countries a subtitle, you know? So this is why you got these brothers and sisters speaking French and shit like that, because they've been colonized. This is why I'm speaking English, because I've been colonized. You know, this is why many of you are speaking English, because English is definitely not our original tongue. It's not our dialect. No, it's not. I don't care. So, yeah, just thought I'd come on here, you guys, and share my thoughts on this this war that's actually going on over here, that's about to go down. Yeah, so. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll get back with you real soon, okay? I'm your host here, Brotha Bey from the Beysidejewel. Assalamu alaikum.